Hello, this is Kylie from Hello Crafter. Welcome to another tutorial. I'm showing this card today. This is another card that's in September's monthly card class kit. So if you've received that kit, you'll have the supplies to make a card like this. So what's in your kit? Well, we have a plain white card base, which is the A5 scored and folded in half. And we have a piece of shimmer white cardstock, and it's got some very subtle sparkle to it, which is really nice, and it's also a really good one to use for this technique, which uses a bit of water. We've got some of these lovely metallic pearls and some die cuts, so I've done leaves and snowflakes, so I think we'll use a snowflake on this particular one. So you'll also need an acrylic block, it doesn't really matter what size, and some water-based marker pens or felt tip pens. Anything water-based will work, or you can use your ink pad, so I'll show you that as well in a moment, and a water spritzer tool. These ones from Stampin' Up are excellent value. They're £2.50 for a pack of 2, and I use them all the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is get some colour onto our block. So I'm going to use this rectangular shape, and I'm going to just get colour onto the block using my markers. So I'm going to start with the lightest colour here, and I'm just drawing the colour on really, and going to do some layers like this, but you can do any pattern you want really. I just like to choose colours that I know will work when blended together. So I don't want to go too mad and just colour loads of spots on here. When I spray it with water, it just might turn brown and muddy. So I like to pick colours 2 or 3 at the most really. Although you can have a go at a rainbow if you want to. And 2 or 3 colours seem to work really well for this, especially on a small block like that. So then you get your spritzing tool. Just make sure that the nozzle is pointing where you want it. And from a bit of a distance, maybe 6 to 8 inches, I'm just going to spray a few sprays of water. It gets it really wet, and I'm going to very quickly flip it over onto my card and just wait. I'm just going to wait for a minute until that cardstock's absorbed some of the ink. There may be some, when I pull it off, there may be some pooling a little bit on the card like this, but I can take a little bit of kitchen paper and just mop up any excess like that. Just didn't want that pooling too long. Just get the corner of some tissue and get rid of that puddle there, but that makes quite a nice effect. So I can leave that to dry, or if you're impatient, you can use your heat tool. So once it's completely dry, there is a second step, which is purely optional, but I think it works really well, is to emboss this now. And I've got the perfect embossing folder actually for this. It's called the Time Worn Type. It's in the July to December mini catalogue, and it's like a grungy, old, sort of rough text. It's a really nice texture for something kind of give it a little bit of an aged effect as well. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss this, and this is what it looks like when it's embossed, and then it's ready to assemble. So I'm going to just glue that down right in the centre. If you wanted to, you could add a little matte layer of card, coloured card that matches one of the colours that you've used in your inky background. But if you don't mind it quite plain like this, like I do, then just stick it straight down onto the card. If you do want to cut your own matte layer, then I recommend the size to cut to is 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 centimetres. That just gives you a lovely little coloured border around this piece. And then we just have to decorate with our die cut piece, a snowflake there, and I'm just going to put some little dabs of glue. This is from the Stitch Snowflake dies. And put it straight on there and decorate with some of these little metallic pearls. So we'll try another one, and this time I'm going to use ink pads to ink up my block, in case you haven't got the marker pens. I'm going to start with the lightest colour, and I'm just going to use the edge of my ink pad to put some ink just on the block like that. And I will... That's in the centre, so I can get some ink on that end and some of this green on the other end. So I've got 3 colours on there. So 2 is easier, obviously, because then you can just pat down one end and then the other end. So get my spritzer tool and my piece of card ready. Move stuff out of the way while I'm spraying, just so I don't get ink everywhere. So around 3 good sprays of water there, and just lay that down. Let it do its thing. Try not to move it too much. Just give it a moment to absorb. Get some kitchen roll ready. It's a little bit dark there, so I'll just mop that bit up. But you can see it keeps the shape really nicely of the block too. Okay, I've just embossed this like I did the last time, and I'll show you what it looks like with a little layer of coloured cardstock. I haven't provided this because I don't know what colours you're going to use on yours, but this is with the little border around. So again, if you wanted to add that, you can do, and that will go there, and I'll add some little gems to that, some little gold ones. And there we have our finished 2 cards. So have fun experimenting with your colours, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye.